A long, long time ago, there was a kind and beautiful girl named Cinderella, whose mother passed away at a very young age, so she lived with her father since she was a little girl. Although her life was not rich, she and her father took care of each other and lived happily. One day, however, Cinderella's father decided to remarry and took a widow as his wife. The stepmother had 2 daughters who lived with Cinderella. Cinderella's new family was not kind. Her stepmother's 2 daughters always teased her. Since Cinderella's father died of an illness, they have become even worse. In addition to putting up with the bullying of the 2 stepsisters, her stepmother makes her do all the chores around the house. She has to take care of the garden, cook, wash clothes, sweep and mop the floor every day, while her sisters only care about their own fun. However, despite her hard work, Cinderella remains kind and patient. One day, in order to find the perfect match for the prince, the king organizes a grand ball and invites all the young women in the country to attend. The stepmother and her 2 daughters were very excited. However, they told Cinderella that she couldn't go because she didn't have a beautiful dress. That night, the stepmother and her sisters got dressed up, put on fancy dresses, and rode to the ball in a luxurious carriage. Cinderella was sad to see them go. Suddenly, a fairy appeared in front of Cinderella. He told Cinderella that he had been watching her for a long time and was touched by her kindness, so he decided to help her. The fairy used her magic to make a shining carriage and a beautiful ball gown. She also gave Cinderella a pair of crystal clear glass slippers and said, "These magic shoes will help you find true love. But remember, you must be home by midnight, or the magic will be gone." Cinderella thanked the fairy, put on her beautiful dress, got into the pumpkin carriage, and rushed to the ball. When she entered the ballroom, everyone was mesmerized by her beauty. The prince also notices her immediately and invites her to dance with him. As Cinderella dances with the prince, she is so immersed in the happy hour that she completely forgets the passage of time. When the clock strikes midnight, Cinderella suddenly realizes that she must leave immediately. As the clock strikes midnight, Cinderella suddenly realizes that she must leave immediately. So she runs out of the ballroom in a hurry, accidentally leaving a glass slipper behind as she runs. The prince was very sad to see Cinderella running away, but he couldn't find her. But the prince didn't give up. He decided to look for the owner of the glass slipper. The next morning, the prince announced that whoever could wear the glass slipper, he would marry her. He sent his men all over the country to look for the slipper, but after days of searching, he still couldn't find it, and there were many girls lined up, but none of them were suitable. Finally, it was Cinderella's turn to try on the shoe. When she put on the shoe, it fit her feet perfectly. The men immediately brought Cinderella to the prince, who was so happy that he immediately recognized Cinderella as the girl he had met at the ball. In the end, the prince and Cinderella got married and lived happily ever after. Their love story will be remembered forever and become a fairy tale full of hopes and dreams. Children, Do you like this story? This story tells us that kindness, hard work, and bravery are very important. In the face of difficulties, no matter what happens, just like Cinderella, be brave and optimistic to face every day, and happiness will be around us.